In the heart of Paris stands the imposing Tour de Nesle, a castle shrouded in the echoes of medieval glamour and secrets. Built in the 13th century, it served as a stark symbol of royal power, yet its shadowy corridors and turrets would become the setting for one of the most shocking scandals in French history, involving the very heart of the ruling dynasty. The year is 1314. Paris is a city bustling with nobility, merchants, and whispers. Among them, the daughters-in-law of the ambitious King Philip IV, known as the Iron King, began weaving stories of passion and intrigue that would unravel the very fabric of royal propriety. Their names, Marguerite, Blanche, and Jeanne. Marguerite, the wife of Louis X, and Blanche, married to Charles of Valois, were not just sisters-in-law, but also cousins. Both young and vibrant, they found the walls of the court suffocating, leading them to seek solace in forbidden romance within the castle's nooks. Jeanne, wed to Philip of Valois, was different, politically astute and aware of court dynamics. Though suspected of involvement, her role in these enfolded intrigues remains ambiguous, suggesting she may have played a calculating hand, steering her own fate. In the cover of night, the Tour de Nesle became a haven for clandestine affairs. Marguerite and Blanche engaged in infamous liaisons with Norman knights, Philip and Walter of Aulnay. Their secret trysts were unknown, save for the winds that danced over the Seine. However, secrets in the court are as elusive as smoke. It was at a feast that they say Isabella, Queen of England and the daughter's sister, noticed her sisters-in-law's expensive purses. Her suspicions were aroused, leading her to report the mistresses to her father. King Philip IV, renowned for his iron will and justice, would not allow for scandal to tarnish his reign. On his orders, the Knights of Aulnay were arrested, and his daughter-in-laws brought in for questioning. Tension hung heavy in the icy chambers as the accusations were laid bare. Marguerite and Blanche confessed under pressure, the grim reality of scandal and shame closing in on their once luxurious lives. The trial was the talk of Europe, a courtly betrayal echoing through corridors of power. Perceptions of kingship and chivalry were hoodwinked by the very females expected to embody pure lineage. The Queen Isabella, by championing the unveiling of this treachery, secured her status as an unyielding force in European diplomacy, gaining her the formidable title of She-Wolf of France. Walter and Philip of Aulnay, found guilty of adultery and treason, paid with their lives, executed in a brutal public spectacle. Their end symbolized the harsh consequences of lust and disloyalty. Marguerite, found guilty, spent her last days in harsh imprisonment, her life once daubed with courtly pleasures, now limited to the confines of bleak stone walls. Her tragic end confirmed her infamy. Blanche, similarly condemned, whispered her last under convent ceilings, seeking repentance and absolution for earthly failings that had nearly dismantled the monarchy. Clever Jeanne emerged comparatively unscathed, perhaps due to shrewd political maneuvering or her kinship with the lineage-preserving Valois. She retained her titles and the support of her husband. The once venerated Philip IV, weighed down by the murk of betrayal, died the same year, an unyielding monarch defeated, not by armies, but by the intimate strings of family. The ramifications of the scandal were long-lasting, as the blemish of infidelity clung to the royal lineage, sowing seeds of discord and dissent in the future paths of the French monarchy. Today, the Tour de Nesle is a faded beacon, yet its lore of intrigue and hidden passions continue to echo through the annals of history. The betrayal by Marguerite and Blanche challenged not only the individuals involved, but the very institution of monarchy, highlighting its vulnerabilities. Explorations of past transgressions offer lessons to learn, that beneath the veneer of power lies the ever-fallible human nature to yearn for freedom and love. Art, literature, and perhaps Dante himself echoed these contentious tales, lacing drama with moral pondering, making the Tour de Nesle's narrative eternally compelling. From a modern perspective, the Tour de Nesle scandal resembles tales of fallen grace, where women were judged harshly by the standards of their time. Thus, the dark tale of the forbidden love and betrayal within the looming castle walls of the Tour de Nesle stands as an immortal tale, teaching that even in the courts of power, the heart dares to defy. The ghosts of the past still watch over the Seine, where high-born women paid with their lives for fleeting romance, a reminder that the personal remains inseparable from the political. In shadows and echoes, the Tour de Nesle speaks through its stones, whispering the eternal saga of human desire, consequence, and the inexorable pursuit of forbidden freedom. As we reflect on the chronicles of a castle's past, it's clear that the stories forged in its heart will forever lie beyond the reach of time, stealing our breaths with their dark, romantic allure.